everybody, and welcome back to Pennywise and Playful. Today I'll be starting a series called Thrifty Creations, where I'll be using common thrift store finds and turning them into something new and beautiful you can use in your home for a fraction of the cost. For today's DIY project, I'll be using a grapevine wreath and a couple bundles of faux flowers that I found at Goodwill. If you'd like to do this project along with me, you'll also need a hot glue gun, glue sticks, floral wire, ribbon or twine of your choice, and wire cutters. If you'd like your wreath to be a different color, you can spray paint it. Just make sure you give it several hours to dry before starting your project. And now that we have everything we need, let's go ahead and get started. Today I will be creating a floral wreath to be used as a baby's crib mobile. I started by cutting some floral wire into 5 to 6 inch pieces. I cut about 30 pieces so that I'd have plenty to work with during my project. Then I went ahead and deconstructed the wreath by taking off the autumn decor. And there we have it. Next, I took a couple minutes to separate my flowers and organize them so that they would be easily accessible during my project. So I'm going to start with 3 of the larger peonies, all in the same color, and attach them each with 3 pieces of wire onto the wreath. You'll notice that I've left all of the leaves on these stems because I do want my wreath to have some foliage. But you're welcome to remove all the leaves if you'd rather just have the flower blooms on your wreath. Now that they are secure, I'm moving on to the next grouping of flowers. I've chosen 3 more of the large peonies in a lighter color, and I'll go ahead and remove the leaves on these ones because I think the foliage that I have is enough. Now I'm going to be attaching these with wire as well, but I'll be facing them in the opposite direction. This will give the wreath a more natural look. Now I'm going to skip ahead for the sake of time, but you'll see that I've attached the large and the medium-sized roses, ensuring that each flower is equally spaced so that the wreath has a full look, and so that any large gaps in the wreath have been filled with roses. Finally, I'll be attaching the mini roses on the outside of the wreath wherever I can find a gap in the blooms. I'm using my hot glue gun to secure any little buds that have fallen off by using 1 small bead of glue to secure them. I also use my hot glue gun to secure the larger leaves to the inside of the wreath so that they are facing forward. Now I'm just going to be using 1 spool of ribbon. I have chosen white, but you can use any color. I chose to use square knots here so that when the wreath hangs it gets tighter. I just cut off each little bit of excess as I tied each knot. You'll notice that I'm tying opposite sides first so that the wreath will hang evenly. At the end of the ribbons, I tied them all together using a large loop knot so that I can hang them from a hook on the ceiling. This step is optional, but I decided to take a 2-inch pink ribbon and glue it around the top knot to create a cleaner look. And there you have it, a finished wreath that could be hung over a crib as a mobile or on any door. I happen to have some scrap chandelier crystal pieces in a box in my craft cabinet, so I decided to try hanging them from my wreath. This step is optional, but I wanted to try it out. Using strong fishing wire, I cut several pieces and attached them to my wreath with a tight square knot. Then I went around the wreath and cut each piece of fishing wire to my desired length. Then I attached each piece of crystal with a tight square knot. I used a pair of pliers to make sure the knots were very tight. And here is the finished product. A crib mobile with dangling, sparkly crystals will make a beautiful addition to any little girl's nursery. This project was a steal, totaling at only $8.50 for all the supplies included. Thank you so much for joining me for this DIY project today. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you soon with more thrifty creations.